Yo, I'm back with another. Sorry, I don't know if I'm crusty or not. I'm back with another week at Blue Run. This is week 7 out of 8. So, yeah, it's time to lock in. It's time to lock in. I'm a little late, so I'm gonna just get straight to it. All right, so like I said, today is 7 out of 8. I got a feeling that today's training is gonna be a bit more intense today. I'm really hoping that today will be like a good stretch into like the carving. I just have to lock in the carving part. I know I'm like hyper focused on it, but that's the only way that I'll be able to know that I'm really, really good, that I got better. So, let's go. How did I fall in 5 seconds? How?
Well, you're up there. There. Yeah, you can see the shadow on that gillet, right? Really easily. Now the toe side's tough, it is. Bend your left knee more, yeah. You see when they're digging it in, I know like it's scary as hell, right? You're like, I don't feel like testing. But you see you come right across. Like that's what's really helpful.
You do have it. It's just you want to make sure that you're leaning into it. way more on the toe side down here than you were out there, you know?
Yeah. It was a bit more natural.
I mean, it's a little stiff. Yeah, you want to like, there you go. Get like a little glide. More of a glide walking.
You're leaning into that one really nicely.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That one probably, like, even if you pause, that probably looks like one of your better ones.
Alright, so Adam's going to go ahead and get across. Station.
Full commit, and it'll humble you if you don't, you know? Yeah. So you pretty much, that was the heel, you know what I mean? Exactly. So even if you got to do like a mid-step kind of what there, that was a good transition there. Even if you got to do like a pause before the transition of just swinging it right in, that's totally fine too. Because then you're doing baby steps. Yeah, you're just consistently doing that. So now my only thing you do is, oh, do it! There you go. There you go. Yeah, very good. So two things that I noticed when you do, one, on the toe, because you're side to side, you're leaning a little far forward. Do that! And yeah, I mean, it looks like a little stick. You do that on the mountain, it's just grows. Another thing. Yeah. Again, that's what made me get it. When you get looking for the button. Heel side, boom. Oh! I'm sorry, you laughed. This is a library. So you want to find like the medium step. You don't want to stand up too straight. Rely on just your feet, so to be stiff. You want to be able to get down there, take your time into the transition. Yeah. And then really just kick that back foot out. And like Garrett said, the most important part is going to be seeing that shadow on the board. A little better, yeah, a little better. You didn't look as stiff, you know what I mean? Seriously though, that's a good transition when you're swinging to your toe side. Yeah, it was more of a glide. It wasn't, swing right into it, and both of you committed, whether you have the riding out of the toe side, like down pat yet, that's the part you gotta learn. So you didn't, I'm not being funny, it's better than the first one. The first one, I was like, excuse me, it was face down. So you still do want to have a little bit of weight on your heel. The control and the pressure, everything, like Jared was saying, squash the mud with that front foot.
I don't know why it's so difficult.
It's tough, yeah. And it's tough to consistently learn too, so there you go. See how you're blind? It is, but it's you're only human. It's all good. A little far forward, just like how you're like physically leaving your body. You still want to stand up, make sure you're looking ahead. And this is gonna sound corny, but envision yourself making the turn of like what would look good. More of a glide. More of a glide.
That's what we want, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you want to straight up glide to where, like Jared said, you're just gonna like walk your fingers across here. You're cooking something. You just got all the way across, and you work like every 2 seconds on the bar. You know?
Scary.
Yeah, it's really scary. Like I said, I scared myself over the weekend. I hated it. I feel you. Boom, boom, boom. Right into that transition, right to your heel. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Real. So that end goal, like Jared was saying, is going to be getting across with no hands on that. But again, see, all before you walk. If you just try to send it, I promise you, you're just going to go to town. You're all doing great. Right.
But like on the pellet, I feel like I'm just like flying across.
Yeah, you're just going from A to B kind of thing, right? Yeah. So with that, that's gonna also too be able to be regulated like as you're riding. That's gonna be kind of like speed checking, like Jared was saying.
So would I regulate now with my back foot, or with my get down pressure on my front?
So if you're riding like this, yeah, you can. You can spill it out a little more, but you do want to be in somewhat of a small window of consistently, you know, you don't want to be like swinging your back foot out and then all the way back. The heel you got, yeah. You just swing right into it. It's also too like, because you're trying to like pinpoint that consistent motion of doing suicide, you also like mentally want to swing into your goal. Like if you come down here, that's where you kind of want look how close your stomach is and everything too. You know, it's still like right there. So there's the chance of being like, oh shit, like let me push myself back a little. So it's the same thing. Don't overthink that like because your hands are touching the bar that you're relying on it. You know, you are doing motion correct. So yeah, well, that's perfect. That was right there. That was literally perfect. Swing right into it.
Yes, first. Yes, first.
Cool, just like that. Now swing into that transition. Come right back. Cool. Like I said, you're just gonna have to find that medium of like not being too stiff up top, not over leaning. You don't want to face plant. So that's what I think. Like that's the one thing that I've noticed with you is sometimes like you're thinking up here, it's like, all right, lean forward, go, like go, and you will just like lean forward. So.
I mean, that's the next thing.
Literally it. Like I wouldn't even trip on your hand touching the bar there. Like you just, by the end of that, you were comfy and you were looking up at me, being like, yo, is that it? Like, yeah, that was it. So you want to find that sweet spot and then just aim for consistency.
Yeah, that one I saw.
It's kind of like too. I remember Gary explaining like the lever. So that's where that muscle comes into play. Is that if you're leaning on that front, it's harder when it's swinging up on them. But when you're, leaning like this, you want to lean into it. And remember that order. Thankfully, you can start to go up to A, B, so you can bend that shape manipulate it, make it, make it yours. That's another thing that I'm noticing with people. If you want to like flatten out that back foot a little, you don't want both to just go like that and pray that it takes you. You know what I mean? It's at a faster pace, but you're just gliding, you know? How you doing, Adam?
Yep. Let's go on. Day to day. Day to day.
I think the next part is I'm just having that trouble like transitioning from like shoulder to like
Heel stuff?
yeah, like just going here to like
Okay. So think of it as almost like you're about to go into a toe stop.
yeah.
But when it starts to swing out, that's when you let it take you. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I know, you get that like you're good. Now you're gliding, you know what I mean? It's not as like walking it as much. And the other thing is too, is even if you need to, take a second on either end, whatever end you're comfortable, and just sit in that toe side position. You know what I mean? Don't feel like you have to just go and send it and cross your fingers that you're gonna make it down here. Like get comfy with that turf being under your toe side. So if you need to stay stationary for a second, feel free, you know? Because it's almost just like a one and done when you go into the transition that you're praying that it works out, you know? Alright, sorry. I didn't want to see you on that.
Yeah, I got
Yeah, it's all good.
before transitioning to that other end. Well, stay low and just go into it like this, all right? So that's my recommendation from what I'm seeing right now. Try to, you know, bend into it, pull into it a little bit more.
Like you say, bend your knees more as opposed to drawing your body top half, like top heavy.
See, but that is good. Like I know the toe head's sort of getting caught away from it, but yeah, I mean, you know, it's kind of hard to see. Much better. I know the toe side's still tough, and I get that, but you should be able to transition from your toe to your heel a little bit more comfortably. Alright, go ahead, hold on. No, you can stop it. He's good.
Okay, I guess it's kind of good with me.
That was a good one, Chris. Thank you. Saw that. That was way more natural. You're sticking forward. Yeah. Still want to loosen up a little bit, but before you're just like walking across. Yeah.
I think the lady is back on the side.
I'll do that.
You worked up pretty good. Alright, good.
Good.
Now, for the next, about a minute, right? Start to try to get yourself off that bar a little bit. Just see what it feels like. Which way you feel a little bit more comfortable.
You know whether you're going down or not.
left leg. It's all good, but remember, get a little bit more bend. Adams, go ahead. Alright, so Kevin, be on alert for the next 3 minutes. Keep going. Keep going. Alright? We'll stop the machine. We apologize in advance if you think it's filming because we stopped it, but try to do your buddy a favor and stay on that order.
Adam's life depends on this, Jason.
If I can have like an imaginary bar on the snowboard.
But again, you're really great there. Like, our last day, our last section is we take out the middle bar, we pretty much bring it all the way to the top and you just go. And the idea is you try to basically just, bar raise the middle of the stroke as best you can.
had that like full line to it.
Watch the whole time. Walk it out. And you know what he did really well there?
It's not like I'm like,
Pressure the
no, I
boot.
don't know, man.
You can only pull the gap in the boot.
It's gonna be more time.
And that's what we all do.
So I need to focus on that. Even if it was with my over there.
That was good. That was awesome.
I slowed it down. That was pretty good.
There we go. Alright, come on down. Work, got the strap there. So, just so you know, I'm not like, you know, saying you can skip out on the last lesson or anything. But, if you can...
My entire goal this season is just to carve down a green. Like, it's a very...
Whew. Guys. I mastered half the carve. Half. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even think that I was gonna be able to like do the whole you know, go side to side thing from heels edge to toes edge that fluid. I kind of just like, once I kind of started picking up the momentum, I kind of just flowed with it, and eventually it kind of just started to make sense. It started to really make sense. And then there was like 5 minutes left on the clock, and I was like, yo, if I don't get at least one side of like the carving, I'm gonna be so pissed. But as you can see, your boy finally was able to start the real carving process. Like, I was able to get it from on my right side. Hold on, let me think this through. I'm toe edging going towards the right, and then I transition into my heels edge. I'm sorry, I'm toe edging going towards the left, and then I transition into my heels edge going towards the right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like this, boom. And then I had to, like, you know, training wheels on the other side, boom. You know what I mean? I did it a couple times. I'm not gonna lie, I was hyped. It's crazy because this journey really is starting from zero. And I'm like on, I don't know what level I'm on right now, but I'm definitely not at zero anymore. Like, I am actually able to flow. I'm really able to flow. I feel so good. I'm not gonna lie, earlier today I was having a rough day. My Bluetooth wasn't connecting. I was mad as hell. I crashed out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I crashed out. And I broke my phone holder thing, mount thing, because I was telling my phone to play a song and it wouldn't play the song. So I crashed out and I just kind of, but I came here. I'm like, you know what? Let me just decompress. Now I feel better. I don't have a car mount, phone mount anymore, but that's okay. That's fine. I can just buy another one. Not a big deal. And I just have to accept the fact that some things in life just don't want to work, even though they have worked 100,000 times before the exact same way. You know what I mean? Anyway, yeah. Today was week 7 out of 8. Next week is the last week. Next week is the last week, and I am excited because I have to, after this, I'm graduating. I'm graduating. I'll be able to carve down a mountain. They said after today that I'm pretty much good to like snow down like a real mountain. So that's awesome. But I'm not touching a real mountain until I master this one. So actually they had to reschedule next week into the following week. So I won't be snowboarding next week. But 2 weeks from now, your boy's gonna graduate from carve school. Stay tuned.